DeSaulnier, Dutton, Emerson, Evans, Fuller, Gaines, Hancock, Harmon, Hernandez, Huff, Kehoe, LaMalfa, Leno, Ted Lieu, Carol Liu, Lowenthal, Negrete McLeod, Padilla, Pavley, Price, Rubio, Runner, Semidian, Steinberg, Strickland, Vargas, Walters, Wolk, Wright, Weiland, Yee.
Members, a quorum is present. And would the members and our guests beyond the rail and in the gallery please rise? We will be led in prayer this afternoon by our chaplain, Rabbi Mona Alfie, after which please remain standing, and the Pledge of Allegiance will be led by Senator Ted Lieu.
Good afternoon. Today marks the birth of President George Washington. And even though it has been more than 200 years since his passing, his life and leadership continues to inspire us and set the standard for public service. In his farewell address from the presidency, President Washington warned us against excessive partisanship, and he urged us to remember that the independence and liberty you possess are the work of joint councils and joint efforts, of common dangers, sufferings, and successes. He understood that the blessings that we enjoy as a nation come from our ability to come together for the common good. O guardian of life and liberty, may our nation always merit your protection. Grant our leaders wisdom and insight, and may their work bring us together in finding new paths to prosperity and peace. May this be God's will. Amen.
Members, without objection, we will suspend Rule 55 to allow photographers on the floor. And members, we're at privileges of the floor. Any introductions? Seeing none, we will move on to messages from the governor. They will be deemed read. Messages from the Assembly. Mr. Secretary, will you read?
Madam President, I am directed to inform your honorable body that the Assembly amended and on this day passed as amended Senate Bill 69 and respectfully request your honorable body to concur in said amendments.
And reports of committees will be deemed read. Members, we are at motions and resolutions. And members, without objection, pursuant to Rule 33.1, Joint Rules 28, 28.1, and 29 will be suspended for the Conference Committee on the Senate Bill 69. This request has been approved by the Rules Committee. And Senator Price. Senator Price at Senator Steinberg's desk. And Senator Price will be presenting a resolution.
Madam President, please join with me, Senator Steinberg, Senator Wright, the California Legislative Black Caucus, in welcoming a group from Senator Steinberg's district, Jodama. JODMA stands for Ordinary People That Value and Celebrate Their Diverse Culture, History, and Traditions by way of drum and dance. The vision of LaToya Bauman and John Spann, with their vision, this accomplished group embodies why we celebrate Black history. Formed with limited resources through determination and foresight, JODMA has grown from 3 members to 20. The group travels throughout California, performing at schools, festivals, fairs, as well as a number of other cultural events. In May, this group will perform at Senator Steinberg's Passport to Summer Youth Fair. Today, we would like to honor several members who are present with us, and we ask this body to recognize the accomplishments of JODMA and their continued success to raise cultural awareness.
Senator Steinberg.
Thank you very much, Madam President. I just want to echo Senator Price's warm comments, and I intend to invite all of you to the annual Passport to Summer event, because if you haven't seen this wonderful group perform, you're really missing something. And we thank you for all the joy you bring to people throughout our Sacramento community by what you do. Thank you.
We have a resolution, and let me just acknowledge the members who are with us here: John and Felicia Spann, Joseph Bauman, Naomi Bauman, Joseph Singleton, Audrika Singleton, and Deborah Spann. Let's give them all a hand, please.
Welcome to the State Senate. All righty, members, any other resolutions or notices? Motions and resolutions, members? Seeing none, we will move on to the introduction and first reading of bills. Will be deemed read. And to the daily file, where we will take up supplemental file on unfinished business, Senator Leno. And the Secretary will read.
Senate Bill 69 by the Committee on Budget and Fiscal Review, an act relating to the Budget Act of 2011.
Thank you.
Senator Leno.
Madam Speaker, so this is SB 69, colleagues, file item number 2, and we're asking for a non-concurrence vote so that we can establish the conference committee membership. So the request is for non-concurrence.
Senator Leno, are you asking for a no vote?
No vote.
Thank you. Any other comments, members? Discussion? Seeing none, the Secretary will call the roll. Senator Leno, members, is asking for a no vote.
Alquist? No. Anderson? Berryhill? No. Blakesley? No. Calderon? No. Cannella? No. Corbett? No. Correa? No. De Leon? No. DeSaulnier? No. Dutton? No. Emerson? No. Evans? No. Fuller? No. Gaines? No. Hancock? Harmon? No. Hernandez? No. Huff? No. Kehoe? No. LaMalfa? No. Leno? No. Ted Lieu? No. Carol Lieu? No. Lowenthal? No. Negrete McLeod? No. Padilla? No. Pavley? No. Price? No. Rubio? No. Runner? No. Smidian? No. Steinberg? No. Strickland? No. Vargas? No. Walters? No. Wolk? Wright? No. Wyland? Yee? Yee, no. Anderson, no. Hancock, no.
The count is 0 to 38. Members, we will move on to Senate third reading file. Senator Vargas, I think you're going to take up file item 1. And the clerk will read.
Senate Bill 66 by Senator Vargas, an act linked to local government officials and declaring the urgency thereof to take effect immediately.
Senator Vargas.
Thank you, Madam President and Senators. And again, I had Dr. Ed Hernandez here in case I needed help, and I appreciate that very deeply. Thank you very much. SB 66 would authorize the Board of Supervisors of Imperial County to appoint a registrar of voters to discharge all duties vested in law in the county elections official. SB 66 would add Imperial County to a list of counties already practicing this voting method. An urgency clause is requested because it is likely that a special election may be called by the governor to enact certain budget laws to facilitate the passage of a balanced budget by the July 1st deadline. There is no opposition to the bill that I'm aware of, and I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Senator Vargas. Discussion, Senator Calderon.
Yeah, Mr. Vargas, aren't we trying to reduce duplication and on our quest for regulatory reform, reduce the amount of agencies that are out there to consolidate services and reduce replication? To me, it just sounds like adding another agency instead of trying to consolidate it. Another regulation.
Well, those counties are at, if I may, through the
Yes, Mr. Vargas.
those counties were at it again, and that's why, of course, we found the opportunity here to reduce the regulations and to streamline the process here. And so this makes it less duplicative, more expedited, and less costly to the citizens.
Can we include streamline in there somewhere?
Yeah, absolutely, hence the urgency.
Thank you. I support this bill.
Thank you, Senator Calderon. Senator Lowenthal, for what purpose?
Yeah, a question of the author.
Question of the author.
I think it's presumptuous for you to say there is no known opposition to this bill when all these microphones went up. As I understand, in specified counties, the Board of Supervisors can ask the registrar of voters, or the registrar, to carry out certain duties. And Imperial County was not one of those specified counties. Was there something wrong with activities in Imperial County that they were not asked to do this at first? If they need legislation from their representative to be able to do this, we'd like to know transparency, what is really going on?
Senator Vargas, perhaps in the effort to streamline, we could take Senator Rubio's question, and then you can answer both on your close.
Excellent point.
Senator Rubio.
Thank you very much. As a fellow freshman, I was just standing in strong support of Senator Vargas's bill and urge an aye vote.
And you may close, Senator Vargas. Oh, okay. Excuse me. There's more discussion. Senator Correa and then Senator Pavley.
Thank you, Madam President. Question to the author. Is this one of those bills, a solution looking for a problem again? We should do that in the other House. Is that a new practice you're proposing to introduce in this House?
Of course not. If I may answer, the other House is incredibly well run by the Speaker there, who's, of course, a very gracious and wonderful man. And I know that no problems would emanate from the other House. Just the opposite. I only find solutions from the other House.
Senator Vargas. Senator Pavley.
Yes, I had a question of the author. First of all, is this your first bill as a state senator?
Yes, it is my first bill.
Okay. Will this bill, if it's passed, reduce your county's carbon footprint at all by consolidation of these two organizations into one?
On your close, Mr. Vargas, I don't see any other microphones.
Well, first of all, I thank my colleagues for the kind ribbing. But of course, this is an environmentally friendly bill. It's the only kind I run. It will reduce the carbon footprint significantly, since This issue has already been voted on by the people of Imperial County. They believed, in fact, that they could do this without a state law, so they voted on it. We would hate to have to drag them out once again in their cars to go and vote on this issue. Instead, this allows them to simply fix it by the state making a small alteration. So, again, I would thank you for the kind ribbing, and I would ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Mr. Vargas. Members, this is an urgency bill. Seeing no further discussion, the Secretary will call the roll.
Alquist? Aye. Anderson? Berryhill? Blakesley? Calderon? Aye. Canella? Corbett? Aye. Correa? De Leon? De Leon, aye. DeSaulnier? Aye. Dutton? Emerson? Evans? Aye. Fuller? Gaines? Hancock? Aye. Harmon? Hernandez? Huff? Aye. Kehoe?
Aye.
Aye. LaMalfa? Aye. Leno? Aye. Ted Lieu? Aye. Carol Lieu? Aye. Lowenthal? Aye. Negrete McLeod? Aye. Padilla? Aye. Pavley? Aye. Price? Aye. Rubio? Aye. Runner? Smidian? Aye. Steinberg? Aye. Strickland? Aye. Vargas? Vargas? Aye. Walters? Aye. Wolk? Wright? Aye. Wyland? Yee? Yee, aye.
Call the absent members. Call the absent members.
Anderson? Aye. Berryhill? Aye. Blakesley? Aye. Canella? Aye. Correa? Aye. Dutton? Aye. Emerson? Aye. Fuller? Aye. Gaines? Aye. Harmon? Aye. Hernandez? Aye. Runner? Aye. Wolk? Wyland?
Thank you. There are 38 ayes on the urgency clause, no noes, and there are 38 ayes on the bill, no noes. Measure passes. Members, at this time, regular session will stand in recess, and the first extraordinary session will be convened. The prayer and the pledge will be deemed complete. And under the second reading file, Mr. Secretary, please read.
Senate Bill 1 by Senator Steinberg with amendments.
Without objection, Senate Bills 1 and 2 will be given their second reading upon being reported from Appropriations Committee on Wednesday, February 23rd this year. Senator LaMalfa.
We request a roll call vote.
There will be a roll call vote. Secretary will call the roll. Members, this is to suspend the rules and go into the extraordinary session. Number 1. Secretary, call the roll.
Alquist? Aye. Anderson? Berryhill? Blakesley? No. Calderon? Aye. Canella? No. Corbett? Aye. Correa? Aye. De Leon? Aye. DeSaulnier? Aye. Dutton? No. Emerson? No. Evans? Aye. Fuller? Gaines? No. Hancock? Aye. Harmon? No. Hernandez? Aye. Huff? Kehoe? Aye. LaMalfa? No. Leno? Aye. Ted Lieu? Aye. Carol Lieu? Aye. Lowenthal? Aye. Negrete McLeod? Aye. Padilla? Aye. Pavley? Aye. Price? Aye. Rubio? Aye. Runner? No. Smidian? Aye. Steinberg? Aye. Strickland? No. Vargas? Aye. Walters? No. Wolk? Wright? Aye. Wyland? Yee. Yee, aye.
Members, 24 ayes to 10.
Berryhill, no.
Ms. Fuller?
Dutton, we have as no. Huff, no. Anderson, no. Fuller, no.
All righty, we'll close the roll. It is 24 aye votes, 14 no votes. The rules are suspended. Then we will take up Senate Bills 1 and 2. No, Madam President. Oh, we're taking them up tomorrow. In a Any further business to come before us in the first extraordinary session? Seeing none, we'll recess the extraordinary session and reconvene the regular session. Any other business to come before the Senate in the regular session, members? Seeing none, then Senator Steinberg, the desk is clear. Senator Steinberg. Members.
Thank you, members. There will be a Democratic caucus in the Maddie Lounge immediately following the session. Session itself will begin again Thursday at 9 a.m. Conference committee will begin tomorrow. Very good. I'm sorry? Check in tomorrow. That's correct. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Senator Steinberg. The Senate will be in recess until 3:30, members, at which time the adjournment motion will be made, and we'll reconvene Thursday at 9 a.m. We're in recess.